Hello, welcome back to Our Vision Farm. Today we're going to be venturing into the woods behind our property again. We have not actually really went into the thick of the woods this summer yet. The last time we really did that was during springtime. And I've been into the woods a couple times here and there when we picked the wild dewberries and when I was looking for wild strawberries. And that's pretty much it. I've been picking wild blackberries along the edge of our woods here, but we haven't actually went in there in quite a while. And I wanted to check it out back there while it's summertime, because we've pretty much went into the woods in the fall already, spring and winter, but we have not looked in the summer just to make sure and see if there's any other things that we can forage for, see if there's any more blackberry bushes inside the actual woods, not along the property where the field meets the woods, and just see how it looks back there at this time of year. So we're gonna head in through here where we have a little entrance that we walk through, and then just see what it looks like. If it's too muddy or marshy, we won't walk all through it, but it hasn't rained recently, so it should be walkable. So once we're in there, I will turn the camera back on. Alright, I brought a bag also for any wild berries that we find. I see a bunch of wild blackberries up here. This is where I was recording the turkeys that were foraging for blackberries too. But all of these are blackberries. We're going to pick the ripe ones before we head into the woods. Alright, we just entered through the woods here where there was a little bit of an opening, but everything's definitely a little trickier to walk through because it's bigger and some of these plants have thorns. But we'll try to go through where everything's a little bit short. We picked these blackberries just from where we were at right there at the edge of the woods. There's probably more in here, but I haven't seen any. One thing I haven't seen a lot of is apples on our trees this year. Our neighbor did say that sometimes apples are like a every other year thing, not every single year. And maybe this winter was just too warm for the apples. So I have seen apples in Maine already, like in other people's trees or wild trees. But on our specific property, we have not really found any yet. We had a crab apple tree that I saw little crab apples on, but the actual other ones that were more edible and bigger that we had last fall, I have not seen this year yet. So we are going to keep a lookout though, just in case. But I think at this point it's mid-August and we haven't seen any apples. I don't think we're going to have any for this year. So we'll just keep looking around here. I don't know if we even have apple trees back here, but along our field I know we have some that I've been keeping an eye on. There hasn't been anything. I'm trying to Google image search because these look similar to chanterelles, but we're not sure. I'm wondering if they are. We'll have to do a little bit more research on them. They kind of look like what Google shows. Maybe we'll pick a couple and take them home and then do some more research. It's always so peaceful and beautiful back here. And there hasn't been that many mosquitoes like I thought there would be. We sprayed ourselves down with mosquito spray over the clothes and on our skin, but they're not as thick back here as I expected. So calm. He's not even moving anything. Sleepy. Alright, we came out of the woods. I don't know what we did, but we went off track and made like a big loop around, but we're back out to where the field is. We're gonna head to our trail that's cut out there, but I'm looking at these trees because this is an apple tree. I do see some little apples there, so I gotta keep in mind, but this tree is like half dead, so it's probably on its way out. And then over here, this tree has some apples too, very small. So we do have some apples. I don't see any of the red ones though that we got last year. I have to take a closer look again and check those out, but definitely less apples. And they said that's what a warm winter would cause anyway, less apples on the apple trees. But it's nice to see that we do have some. Even if it's not a lot, we do have some. So I just didn't see those before when I looked. All right, we're gonna head to the wood, the path in the woods that we have, which is over here on the left corner of our property. And it's a cleared out path that leads to the railroad. We've walked through here many times before, but we walked through the woods and just found some blackberries and what we think are the chanterelle mushrooms. We're not 100% sure, so we're gonna research that and look on some of the identification groups on Facebook, and check out what might be in here through the trail. All right, we have arrived at the train tracks. We've been back here several times, but I'm not sure if I have recorded how it looks back here in the summer, just when everything's nice and filled in and green. I have recorded plenty of times when it's fall time and winter. So this is what the train tracks look like at the end of summer. I remember last year we picked some green apples, I think from this tree over here. Was it this one, Jaden? With the big green apples? And they were very sweet. I see some, but they're way up there. But definitely not as many. I don't even see any dropped on the floor. I see some all the way up there. And that last September when we first moved here, it still had quite a few green apples. So that is it. I'm ready to head back. That was enough adventuring in the woods. So we're gonna take our little trail back and head back home. But yeah, we did find some apples on the trees. I'll have to look along the edge of our field where we had the other trees and see. It's not gonna be enough to like pick and make anything out of, I think, this year. So maybe we'll try next year if we have a better, colder winter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of seeing our woods and the forest back here in Maine, Zone 5A. At the end of summertime, this is pretty much what it's looked like all summer long. Everything's nice and green and lush and filled in. Definitely lots of bugs and mosquitoes, but I think it could be worse. And now we're approaching fall time, so that's going to be nice for hiking and foraging when it's nice and cool and the bugs are pretty much gone. And we're looking forward to spending another winter and seeing what this winter is like compared to last year's, which was pretty mild. But that's going to be the end of this video. I will see you in the next one.